Hello everybody, I just wanted to pop on here and teach you about how to show up for everybody in your life your best way unconditionally. So basically, one thing I've been really working on is trying to show up at my best self to different people in my life, because we go through so many different transitions throughout the day. We're at home and we're a person at home. We're at work and we're a different person at work. And we go to the gym and we're a different person at the gym. And we're with our friends and we're a different person with our friends. And so identifying how we want to show up in every situation and what are the core characteristics we want to show up with. So for example, you're at home. Whenever I'm at home, I want to show up with, I want them to know I'm consistent. I want them to know that I'm present. I want them to know I'm there. And so when we show up in these certain ways, we have to choose that, because when we have a bad day at work, sometimes it's hard to go home and be there and be present and be happy. But the thing is that the people at home, it's not their fault that we had a bad day at work. So it's up to us to personally identify, become aware of how we're feeling, and manage those emotions so we can show up in different situations in the best way possible. So on the flip side, it's also not your fault when somebody else has a bad day or is not in a good mood. Sometimes maybe it is, but let's just say it's not for this situation. But asking yourself, being able to take your ego out of it and be like, I did nothing to deserve this, right? But identifying that they're taking, the easiest thing to do whenever you're in a bad mood, or any mood really, is to give it to the person. When you're in a really pumped up mood, what's the first thing you want to do? You're like, I'm in a good mood, and you want everybody else to be in a good mood, right? You like raise the energy. Whenever you're in a bad mood, it's like, okay, I'm bringing you down with me, right? And so identifying when somebody comes to you and they're just kind of taking the load of the weight of their shoulders and putting it on you, you need to be able to say, I'm going to show up my best, unconditional of how you're showing up for me. So when your husband or your spouse or whoever it is comes to you, they had a bad day at work, they're not managing their emotions, that's not your fault, but being able to choose how you show up for them so you can be who they need you to be at that point. So realizing that it's not about always doing what you feel like doing, but deciding how you want to feel, how you want to show up for them. You want to show up as supportive. You want to show up there as stable. You want to show up as their sounding board, whatever it might be. But identifying in each transition, do a little transition for yourself. So if you're coming from work to home and you say, okay, I'm letting that mess go. I'm choosing to put that behind me for now. I'm going to walk through these doors and I'm going to show up consistent. I'm going to show up present. I'm going to show up aware. I'm going to show up that I'm there with them, spending time with them. And then you do that. And then when you transition into the gym, you're like, I'm going to show up hardworking. I'm going to be focused. I'm going to get this done. I'm going to go all in regardless of how I feel, because we don't always feel like doing this better stuff, right? So all in all, show up in every situation. Choose how you show up in every situation. You don't have to just show up how you're feeling. If you want to feel present, choose to be present. If you want to be happy, choose to be happy. Choose to find the good. Choose to show up in the way that other people deserve you to show up as. Love you guys. See you next time.